You slow
Get the
people
hell out of my face, stupid dumb you incompetent parasitic.
Well, the man at the top of a local real estate business responded to our questions about his business and his debts. Now, 4 years later, he may be forced to face off with state investigators. Tonight, the company our Call 6 investigators have been digging into for years is the target of a new legal challenge.
And it's all about protecting you and your most valuable possession, your home. Call 6 investigator Rafael Sanchez joins us. And Rafael, this is the first lawsuit of its kind in Indiana?
That's right, Todd and Jenna. This legal challenge will be groundbreaking. The Attorney General filed this lawsuit today, and in it, victims whose stories we followed for the past 7 years. As they dealt with a company, authorities now say engaged in numerous fraudulent and deceptive acts. Tonight, a sign of hope for many left with unwanted bills. Randall Petit's workout calms the frustration of almost losing the home he inherited from his parents.
For a while, I didn't know what was going to happen.
The Call 6 investigators introduced you to Randall in 2010 as a locksmith changed his locks. He was evicting Joseph Stanley and Stephen Harris. Randall regrets agreeing to sell his home to the men who promised to pay off their debt within 2 years. They moved in and never paid. And for the past 2 years, Randall had given up hope that further action would be taken against Stanley, Harris, and their company, Spectrum Property Corporation of Indiana.
These people deserve to be in jail. They're a threat to people. They did hurt me, but they can hurt other people an awful lot more.
It cost Randall $10,000 in legal fees to get his house back. And he's not the only home seller who tangled with Spectrum Property and its related businesses.
It is not your property. You don't own it, and it went to closing. It's not yours.
Over the years, the Call 6 investigators have found more than 20 other homeowners.
I hold a real estate license, and if they can scam me, they can scam anybody.
Who had similar experiences with Harris and Stanley.
You are a parasite.
That's Joseph Stanley, president of Spectrum Properties.
Get out of my face, Rafael.
Here's Stephen Harris. He's the vice president. We've been investigating their business practices, as you can see, since 2006. The company usually offers to buy a home over a 2-year period using a purchase agreement known as a land contract. Now, under the deal, the company agreed to make a deposit and regular payments. Here's the problem. Spectrum Property rarely paid, so the men would live in a home for free until an eviction. Stanley and Harris lived in Randall's home for at least 3 months without paying a penny. 8 months in another home in 2006 and 10 months here in 2001. Our previous attempts to get the men to explain their contracts led us once to a storage bin while they were being evicted from yet another property.
I'm tired of your
I know you want to curse me out, but can we just ask you, why do you keep doing this to people?
Your mammy should have strangled you with your umbilical cord.
We do not engage in deliberate scams or perpetrate this kind of thing. That is not inherent in our nature.
We dug through court records, which show that Stanley and Harris's companies still owe more than $325,000 in court-ordered judgments over the past decade. Up until now, individual homeowners were forced to take the men to court.
We are certainly alleging and believe that this was a scheme.
Now the state is stepping in, using a new provision in the Home Loans Practices Act. The rule allows the state to target people they believe are abusing land contracts. This is the first time that the Attorney General's office is taking a business and its owners to court using the new provision. The state says it's charging Stanley first because he's the company's CEO. Regulators also want to keep Stanley from ever opening another real estate operation.
Oh, yes, at last.
Cynthia is a singer and realtor who thinks it's about time something is done against Spectrum Property.
And I think that they need to, pay for the crime.
Cynthia says she was almost misled by the men into buying several homes in 2007. That did not happen.
I hate that somebody would take my honesty and my kindness as a weakness.
Cynthia and Randall are among those ready to see Spectrum pay.
I would really like to see these people not be able to do this anymore. Yeah.
No hearing date has been scheduled for Spectrum Property. Now, we tried to reach out to Stanley, who is being sued, and Harris, who is not. We are waiting for a response.
So, Raphael, what exactly did the men get out of this?
In some cases, they lived in those homes for free. In other cases, they actually moved in tenants into the homes but didn't pay the mortgage, which then meant that the original homeowner was left with all the unwanted bills reaching the thousands of dollars.
But they were getting rent money, too.
They were getting the rent money.
Oh, wow. Great work staying on top of this, Raphael.
And we'll keep following them.
Thank you so much.